The primary objective of this video is to use realistic target consumers to analyse their relationships with Beats promotional methods and review Beats as a brand.
Design and affiliation with the celebrities that makes Beats a fashion statement as much as a practical tool. Everywhere music related that you look, Beats will be there widening the gap between them and their competitors. No other brand is credible in the music industry as Beats by Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's knowledge of the hip hop community, where the image is as important as the sound, the brand was able to combine these attributes to differentiate from other competitors and be a desirable product. This is what makes Beats as a brand unique.
Various forms of promotional activities are used to increase their brand awareness. The pull selling strategy brings the customer to the product, motivating them to buy it.
This map illustrates the position of Beats headphones within the market. It looks at the brand and its competitors as they are perceived by consumers.
The Hear What You Want campaign on YouTube highlights the noise cancelling feature, blocking out the negativity. This video accumulated 80.5% of likes on YouTube with over 5 million views.
Bose, one of their biggest competitors' YouTube channel, also includes celebrities in campaigns such as the Music Deserves Bose campaign with NFL star Russell Wilson and artists such as Macklemore. However, they don't match Beats' reach with fewer than 2 million views.
Product placement is a massive attribute to Beats' promotion strategy. In 2014, the brand which had most product placement in the top 100 music videos was Beats, appearing in 18 videos.
Beats is also present in film, for example Jurassic World and Pitch Perfect 2. The most talked about topic about Jurassic World was the overcrowding of product placement. Individuals shared their opinions over social media sites. This was a good investment for Beats as they got the media coverage it wanted.
Competitors like Sony and Bose will use this product placement in TV and motion picture. For example, The Amazing Spider-Man and The Big Bang Theory, which are shown worldwide. However, Sony and Bose weren't able to match the buzz that Beats has created. Recently, the visual image at the top of Beats by Dre's Twitter page featured an electrifying full-color photo of tennis superstar Serena Williams. According to research, up to 94% more views can be generated if compelling visual elements are included.
In contrast, Bose's social media pages have a bleakly depressing black and white photo. If there is any joy to be found in listening to music through Bose headphones, you wouldn't know it from this image of a lonely building at the head of Bose's social media channels.
The graph demonstrates that Beats by Dre is the most sought-after headphones brand by those aged 16+. According to Mintel, Bose is their biggest competitor in the UK, followed by Samsung and Skullcandy.
Oh, sorry, I was just listening to my hip-hop. Here are the marketing channels currently used by Beats for promotion. Point-of-purchase advertising is particularly effective for Beats, and their headphones are often available to try in stores such as PC World, Argos and Apple. The displays team Beats headphones with other complementary products, such as laptops or software for creating music. Displays are designed to look high-end and attract both computer and music lovers. They encourage potential customers to linger in the store and experience the quality sound for themselves. Passing consumers who see others interacting with the display then develop an interest. This form of promotion raises awareness for the brand, provides an experience, and therefore makes the headphones more memorable for the consumer.
In a social context, whoever wears Beats is seen as a flashy, fashionable music enthusiast. Beats consumers want a luxurious and elitist product and won't settle for any basic alternative. Beats targets consumers that idolize celebrities and affiliate with those celebrities in order to create an image of the product that the consumer aspires to be like. For example, personalized products such as Lady Gaga's Heartbeats. This suggests a young target audience of 12 to 25 who are more likely to have interest in celebrities. However, Beats consumers range up to 35. The primary audience segment is male or female aged 12 to 35. They are usually the C social grade or higher, although many are ranked lower. They are willing to spend more than average, often due to having disposable income. They seek products that are fashionable with a sleek design, and despite sound quality being a factor when buying headphones, they are more likely to purchase a product for the luxurious and elitist aspect and fashionable quality. The secondary audience segment is mainly males aged 20 to 40. They are musicians, DJs, music producers, sound engineers, etc. With the C social grade upwards and often attend music events, e.g. playing as a DJ in a club. They prefer sound quality over product design and are willing to spend much more for this quality due to the disposable income. The products they purchased are mainly used for professional reasons over leisure.
This is Hannah and Kyle, both 21 university students living away from home, making on the C2 social grade. Despite being students, they enjoy shopping and often spend more than average when they do. As well as this, they keep up to date with the newest technology and have the newest iPhones, speakers, Fitbits and tablets. They also like to keep up to date with celebrity news and gossip on social media such as Twitter and Facebook. As well as this, they like sports and keeping in shape, so they are regulars at the gym. Finally, they like to dress well as they are interested in fashion and particularly like to look good when they go clubbing. This is Tom. He is 30 and has an office job but works part-time as a DJ. Because of this, he is willing to spend more money than average on quality headphones, although image is also a concern. He is also an avid fan of football amongst many other sports. Finally, due to his C1 social ranking, he's willing to spend more money on clothes because he has disposable income.
This video gained over 17 million views on YouTube. 88% of those that voted on it voted it up, with 12% voting it down. This shows that despite its huge reach, majority of the people that viewed it enjoyed it.
My headphones are okay, but not these two.
Despite negative views of endorsers, interest in product isn't always hindered.
What a chain. What is it?
This campaign was accompanied by a tutorial and has great interactivity. The hashtag was used more than 9,000 times just 2 weeks after it was uploaded, which has since doubled.
Look at his teeth.
Competitors such as Bose and Sony rarely reach more than 5 million views, solidifying Beats as a market leader.
The campaign was inspired by a YouTube trend called the donut selfie, again reinforcing their connection with the millennials, their primary target.
In psychological studies, sexual attraction has proven effective in advertising, as it creates a subconscious emotional reaction that makes the product more desirable.
Oh, definitely would. What's with the blue hair?
Isn't that the trend?
She is gorgeous. See, I think Jessica's quite hot actually. Yeah, I do. If I could, I would.
Why is it not good burger? I'll tell the good burger. How about a good burger? Can I get your
Nostalgic themes such as using actors from 90s kids shows are effective as millennials are a primary target.
It's not really about headphones, is it? I'll get a white pair, I think. White, but it's nothing about headphones. What colour would you get?
Silver.
I'm just going to ask you boys a few questions now. Before watching this, have you ever purchased or considered purchasing Beats by Dre products?
Yes.
What?
I don't know, man. I've just got a couple pairs of headphones.
Harry?
I've never bought any before.
Cool.
I've considered it, but they're quite pricey.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't really sure whether it was worth it, so I checked it out. And then I found things like Sony had some headphones that were basically equally good, but were a bit cheaper, so better in the price range. As a student, definitely.
Perfect.
Never purchased them, but it looks interesting now.
Yeah.
I've got a bet for Christmas, that's about it.
Got the little ones that you put in your ears.
How did this advert make you feel?
Wet. No. It makes me want to go out, if I'm honest.
You should go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Kind of happy the music was pretty good.
Well, I think the celebrities are probably trying to get people that are fans of them to kind of buy them as well.
If I had seen that advert, potentially I might have actually purchased it. It feels like it's a really vibrant advert with the colours, and obviously that will correlate with the music that you're playing. If you can imagine that in your head, you might be more pushed towards buying that product, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it made me feel like I want to be in America.
It made me feel
They was
American.
buzzing, mate.
It was big.
That's what we are.
Are you familiar with any of the celebrities? And if you are, could you list a few names, please? Both of you.
Rich
Kids, Jess Glenn,
Kendall, Kylie. Who else I see in there? That's what I can think about right now.
Welcome to Gurbo. Home with the Gurbo.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams.
She's got a big eyebrow.
Obviously the Kylies.
Kylie and Kendall.
Kylie and Kendall.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
He was definitely.
Yeah.
Who else was there?
Jess Glynn.
Jess Glynn. Spain.
The two Jenners, Kylie and Kendall. There was Nicki Minaj. Not Ellie Goulding, what's her name? I don't remember.
Yeah, I just recognise the girl with the hair and Nicki with the blue hair, Kendall Jenner, and Nicki Minaj, to be honest.
Sadly, the first two. Kendall and Kylie Jenner.
Do you think the right celebrities are used to endorse the brand?
Yeah, some of I didn't really know, yeah.
No. Probably more musicians that have some kind of relation to Dr. Dre.
I think they are. Everyone knows the majority of them.
Yeah.
It was good.
Maybe a couple of footballers could be in there.
Big names.
I mean, obviously they're in the same industry as what the headphones will be used for, music. And maybe you have a few fashion icons. Obviously, Beats, I would say, are a bit of a fashion statement as much as it is a practical headphone.
Yeah, and I guess the celebrities have a huge fan base, so it reached out to them.
Would you consider taking part in this solo selfie campaign that we just watched when they moved the camera around there?
Yeah, man. I think I'll fit in right. I think they need someone like me in there.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. There are the questions you need to ask.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Thought that was added to the effects.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's not something I've considered.
Can he handle it? Can he handle the pressure? This is the big question with quarterback Colin Kaepernick. I've been talking to a lot of fans, and they keep saying, we can get to him. We can get to him. I've been talking to a lot of fans, and they keep saying, we can get to him.
He does, you know. It's quarterback.
I've never seen him before.
This advert has almost 6 million views on YouTube. However, it is only one of many in the campaign and was primarily televised, which broadens its reach.
The advert features NFL star Colin Kaepernick, who has an influence over his large fan following. He has over 800,000 followers on Twitter, and sports fans are an important segment for Beats to target.
Like zombies.
NFL games often reach up to over 200 million viewers, making this affiliation with Colin Kaepernick good for Beats. However, Beats has since been banned from any connection to the NFL due to them being sponsored by Bose, the second market leader and therefore a huge competitor to Beats.
However, Kaepernick continued to wear Beats at NFL events despite punishments. This implies to fans that Beats are a credible, high-quality product as well as backs up their rebellious image.
I don't understand what's happening. Get it, understand it.
Blocking out the haters.
Blocking them out, mate. Blocking out the haters.
Having a message that is easy to decode is a vital stage of the communication process model. If the consumers don't understand the message, they will likely forget the advert.
Song's about me. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
In a study by Corellia-Vova, 74% of the respondents were helped by a jingle or song when trying to remember the product or a brand. In our study, 63% could remember the products just from hearing the songs or jingle featured in it alone.
That's what I need. Maybe that'll block out your nagging.
I played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you.
I want to know what he's done wrong.
Some experts claim that having an advert based on real events is better as it is already likely to have some form of buzz or interest. However, this can generate issues when consumers don't get the reference. This issue can override the message, leading to the advert being disregarded and the product forgotten.
So basically just assume that I have really good noise cancelling headphones.
I can still hear him, so.
Advert flaws such as this could turn off consumers if they pick up on it, as this is suggesting the headphones don't work well. However, this can be interpreted as Beats being an honest and trustworthy company, as it will be impossible to block out certain levels of noise. Depending on the interpretation, this could either enhance the positive sides of their brand image, or see them as a company that makes mistakes, negatively affecting their image.
What does he do?
endorsement can be a problem with international products, as some markets may not know the celebrity. Despite this being televised for the US market, a lot of the views will be generated internationally online. However, this avoids backlash in some markets if the celebrity's image becomes negative. For example, Kaepernick being benched is not an issue in the UK.
Can you tell me what happened in the advert, and do you relate to the theme in any way?
It gets you in the mood for a game, I guess. But
it makes me feel like Millwall West Ham.
Bit of a rivalry.
Bit of rivalry, yeah. Bit of scum turning up, you know.
And you can pretty much relate to that, because when you do get a bit annoyed, you slap on some music, put your headphones in, you kind of forget about the world.
Obviously, as mentioned earlier, what happened in the advert is he was able to cancel out everything else that seemed to be very negative by putting on the headphones, which I did mention would be quite good if you have a girlfriend and you can block them out.
He was getting hated on, but he blocked out the haters with the headphones.
Bit like Sol Campbell when he went from Tottenham to Arsenal.
Yeah.
And had to play a game at Tottenham.
But we won the league.
But we won the league at White Hart Lane.
Do you know the man starring in the advert?
Never seen it before.
I don't know the man starring in it, but I did recognise everyone else. It looked like Rush Hour on the Northern Line. People that usually...
Yeah.
Who is he?
Colin Kaepernick, quarterback, San Francisco 49ers.
What do you think of the endorser, which is Colin Kaepernick?
What do I think of him? He's got nice toes.
It should be a musician, really. Because again, I don't get what it's got to do with the NFL.
It wasn't that clear in the advert. I don't think the advert was clear as to who it is and the actual industry that he's in. But obviously what was clear is what the headphones do, which is block out other sounds and you can hear what you want to hear. That was clear, but not actually what industry he's coming from or what he's doing.
Yeah, it's good. It's like it's a big sport, NFL, so a lot of people know who he is.
Not really
especially
big here.
It's getting bigger.
Getting bigger, but it's not big in a minute.
A lot. I'd say more people know than don't know. Definitely. So it's a good choice.
Since this commercial aired, Kaepernick was benched in favour of fellow player Blaine Gabbert. Do you think this could impact Beats' image, particularly in the mind of someone who follows the NFL?
No.
Nope.
Nah, not too much. I don't think that's something they'll look into, to be fair.
And advertisers, that wouldn't really make much of an impact.
I don't think it would affect it that greatly. To be honest, I think the advert would have been cheaper and equally as effective without having to use somebody like him to endorse it.
What impression do you get from the Beats as a product from this advert?
That they're very good at blocking sound out.
Yeah.
The company has a lot of money to spend. A lot of money.
Cancels noise.
I would say you can use it as a tool to sort of calm yourself if there is something going on.
Yeah.
You can use Beats to block out the haters.
Yeah, and you can't hear anyone else when you've got Beats on.
Really loud.
Is this advert memorable to you? Is it likely to make you remember the product?
It's not as good as the other one you showed us. It was pretty boring actually. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like film training when I see it in when film trailers are. Big eyes.
I thought it was quite good.
Nah, they weren't the best trailer I've ever seen for Beats.
Yeah, I have a dream.
I'd say yeah, because it's quite deep, isn't it?
Deep, man.
But when people throwing stuff at the bus, I'll be well upset at it.
Eventually, I'll forget about it.
I like the little storyline to it, so I guess so, yeah.
Well, for me, it would introduce me to the product because seeing what was happening in the beginning, I would want to see where this advert is going because it was quite an aggressive advert.
Product placement in music videos is arguably the most effective and common promotional method used by Beats, as it reaches the basic core consumer, the average music listener. This is also a cheap method, as majority of the product placement is in music videos by artists signed to Interscope Records, which is owned by Jimmy Levine, co-founder of Beats. Some of the pros are that it affiliates the product with consumers' favourite artists, as they are likely to actively choose to view the music videos that the product is featured in. Brand identity is enhanced and the credibility of the product amongst consumers increased due to its links to the music industry. Finally, it's vital for targeting millennials, who are the important segment for Beats, aka the YouTube generation. They are less susceptible to traditional advertising techniques.
The cons are product placement overcrowding. For example, 93% of hip-hop videos feature product brands. Negative image of ICE can impact the brand. It can be viewed as a cheap or tacky method, and it is also only short-term exposure.
One form of sales promotion is free gift incentive, a sales promotion tool used by Apple, the new parent company of Beats. They provide a free gift incentive of Beats headphones when a Mac is purchased to students whose age range matches their primary audience segment. One of the pros is that they are more likely to increase awareness of the brand. The con is that it takes away the prestige image of the brand.
Project Red is a campaign which was a partnership with Apple where proceeds of any Red products go to charity. Customers get the product they want with the feeling that they help to cause. This is often a successful promotional strategy. One of the promotions within the campaign was a competition to visit the Game of Thrones set. The more you donated, the more chance you had of winning the trip. Weaknesses of social media promotions. Snapchat. Strengths: interactivity with target consumers. Weaknesses: difficult to measure story reach and engagement.
Facebook. One of the strengths is that it has huge potential reach, as the activity of Facebook users is highly visible to others. One of the weaknesses is that the negative comments are difficult to control, and other users may engage with these, perpetuating the issue.
Twitter. Strengths: regular competitions are running, maintaining interest and encouraging engagement. Weaknesses: posts are limited to 140 characters, therefore creativity is limited.
Awareness. The audience gained awareness of the product and its capabilities, noise cancellation, when the headphones are placed on Colin Kaepernick's head. Those interviewed said they may not remember the actual advert itself, but would remember the quality of the noise cancellation. Interest. Half of the target audience interviewed related to the environment of a heckling crowd. The slogan, "Hear what you want," at the end of the advertisement accompanies the message of how good the noise cancellation feature is, hopefully encouraging the customers to purchase it. Desire. There's an emotional connection with some of the audience as they have experienced similar events, even though it may not be on the same scale. The noise cancelling feature is therefore something they desire. An interviewee mentions in tongue-in-cheek he could use that feature to block out his girlfriend's nagging. Action. The majority of participants were positively influenced by the advert. The advert wants to encourage individuals to purchase the headphones, highlighting the quality of having noise cancellation headphones.
There are 6 stages to the consumer buying decision process. Need recognition. A 20-year-old male student recognizes that he could do with some new headphones. Search for information. The male identifies products on the market. As he fails to recall such products, he searches through social media for potential brands. Pre-purchase evaluation of alternatives. He will consider which one will fulfill his needs. He decides to watch adverts and conducts research to gain a sense of what the different brands entail and the price range. Purchase. He decides to go for Sony headphones instead of Beats because he doesn't have much disposable income and Sony is the cheaper alternative. Consumption. He uses the product regularly and it does the job. Post-consumption evaluation. If he had seen the Solar Selfie advert, he may have decided to purchase the Beats.
Eric Berne's transactional analysis is a psychological evaluation of communication. When applied, Beats tends to have the free child ego state. Beats has a rebellious nature as seen by the slogan shown. Second to this, Beats takes on an assertive tone akin with the critical parent ego state. Consumers and endorsers are influenced by this and take on a rebellious nature, suggesting Beats' communication tactics are successful. One example of this is Colin Kaepernick being fined by the NFL for wearing his Beats headphones.
Here are our recommendations for Beats after analysing our primary and secondary research.
Hold on, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. Doesn't look like that on the camera. Both. Both.